Hello. Hi. If you're on the internet over the last few days, you will see that Cursor has gained a huge popularity. It's actually been what I've been working on the whole summer to build my startup Finna as well as several side projects. So since I saw this popularity, I decided to create this video and walk you over how I work with. I have a long list of ideas and I will take you over building one, both starting from landing page and in the other videos, more into depth of how to create the app from sign up to letting people to actually get benefit from the app. So let's get started. I will show you the cursor that I have. Feel free to download it and start with it. You will come with this type of screen. So if you go to cursor.com and you can download it here for free. And after you can also check out the website, how it is. I will share links for all the tools. And when you open the cursor for the very first time, you will see something like this. I put some information already here about one of the first thing I usually like to do is to change it to my favorite uh, theme, which is shades of purple. That is here. Okay, I think this is much easier and better seen. So if we go over cursor, it's a AI code editor which helps you code faster. And it's very crazy because it's a fork of VS Code, and in Visual Studio Code, you can also install some extensions to uh, chat with AI and do some code generations. But I will show you what exactly makes Cursor a little bit different and why the process is much faster and so much nicer here. So if you have a look, it's a fork of VS Code. There is a Pro plan that I'm right now on that one. Can specify custom rules, use your own API integrations, and more. So let's get started by going over the tools that we're gonna use. We're gonna use Cursor, of course, V0, a tool by Vercel, which helps us with generating UI. Vercel itself for hosting the landing page that we're gonna build, GitHub account for hosting the code, and Claude 3.5 for as our AI tool to help us generate with code. Before going through all of this, I thought it might be also interesting to walk you through, show you through over the cursor popularity as I talked. It's gaining lots of popularity, and probably you've seen this video of an 8-year-old that's coding her app. So I bet you can also work.
I'm going to show you how to code with cursor. Gonna get it?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do as well, but I hope it's my video is as good as this one. She does it pretty well, and very well known and key people like Andre, which he's also surprised and amazed by Cursor. And if you need to know a little bit of a technical background or knowledge, if you are completely don't know anything about technicality, I created a course last year that walks you through everything from basic APIs, webhooks, what is Git, everything to even like much more advanced topics like backend frameworks, Kubernetes, containers, serverless movement, everything. So check out Hacker PM. I will drop the link for this one as well. Uh, so if you have a little bit understanding of how the system works, like having this type of mental models, you can develop things pretty fast with Cursor. And I will show you why is that. And I love the platform so much that this is my weekend project for last weekend, which I developed it in like less than 3 hours using Cursor itself. So this was like Inception where everything was inside each other. I was developing a tool that was monitoring Cursor using AI, and yeah, it was a crazy story this one. But go ahead and download the cursor, and let's now switch to cursor and start coding. So what we're gonna code then, you might ask. So I have this project overview over here. And in project overview, the project idea that I mentioned is that to let people to borrow books from their friends. And this is a personal problem been for myself as well. There are lots of interesting books that my friend have or I myself have, and people want to usually borrow. You usually don't know what's in someone's bookshelf if you are not at their home, and even then asking for it, it's weird. Like, is it open for borrowing? Is someone else's? Is it yours to start with, etc., etc. So, what about an app that let people to list the books that they want to share, and other people can browse, borrow it for a limited period of time. And in future, we can add features like if they didn't bring it back by that time, they will pay extra money, like $1 per day or something like that. So they definitely return it. And yeah, so let's just start from here. We're gonna use some Next.js concepts, but for now, we'll just focus on the landing page. And for that, we will start by creating a Next.js app. If you can come from here or press terminal, so the terminal is shown. If we go to our browser and you go to Next.js app, you see that the command for creating a Next.js is this one. We copy it, we go back to cursor. Now inside cursor, I will run this command and we'll walk through the wizard. So what is your project name? I actually don't know about the name. So I will use the chat function, which is one of the core features of Vercel, of Cursor. This is chat, there is command K, and there is composer. So we'll use one of them to start with. And I'm using a Claude model from their models, list of models, and I'm not using any of my own API keys for now. So if we start, we can start writing giving the project idea. Let's see how it is. Give me name ideas for a web application that recommends books to your user based on their preference and let them find the book from friends to borrow. That users find book from their friends to borrow. That's the stuff from here. And you can see there are several different options, and here it says we will use this as the context. We want to not use any context, so we press Option Enter without any context because this is not something that we want to send to OpenAI or Claude in this case. So here we are, we just chatted with Claude and we got this as the name. I will just go with friend reads. Let's go there. Start from here. Okay, no capital. Okay, friend reads. TypeScript, yes. ESLint, Tailwind, source directory, app router. Don't want to modify that. So now the project will be installed. We are waiting for npm to run all the dependencies for the project. Yeah, nice. And we do ls, we see that friends read it here, it's over here. So we go inside friend reads. Cool. And we can already start playing around with the app and see how it is. So here you see that there is next dev, next build and everything. So if we run npm run dev, the development server will start working. And we can open this link by pressing option and click. So it's a very minimal without anything over here. And we're gonna turn this to FriendRead's landing page. And I think that would be really cool. So let's see how we can do that. So we go back to cursor. We can leave the development server running. We can open a new terminal if we need to install new things. One of the other things that we're gonna add for we'll use something called a Shadcn, which is not a component library, but a list of pre-built components that are kind of standard right now in the world of the Next.js specifically. Me create this to the light version. There is really good and beautiful components over here, and makes the process much faster. And the nice thing with them is that the LLMs, especially Claude, is really proficient on them. So and it's perfect. It's just amazing. So we're gonna go continue with the installation. We will go with Next.js. So we created this. We're gonna run this command npm, and then we come back to cursor. We run over here. Let's run. Let's go with New York, like New York. Let's go with neutral. CSS variable, yes. And this will create this component library. I don't have any component there yet, but like one of the most used components are, for example, button. And we can add them back to back. So we can run this, add button. Let's start from there. And you will see with this command, it automatically will create the components, buttons in components UI. But now let's start with the actual app itself. So we have installed cursor. I will put a checkbox here so we can track our progress. Let's see preview over here. So that is there. We install Shadcn. We will come to V0 stuff as well. And with Cloud 3.5, we already started using it in the chat. For this one, I will put that we checked with chat. We haven't done Command K yet. And we will also try Composer, and you will see the benefits of that. So now let's go ahead with the introduction a little bit on how is the Next.js app is working. So if we close all this and I hide the terminal here, hide the chat, so can just the focus be here. So we have this is general breakdown of a Next.js app in the latest versions. We have a public folder, and we decided to choose everything app related in source folder. You have app, we are using app router, components, and lib, as well as some other config file like the next config file and the packages we are using, as well as the application itself. So this is the main folder for us. So everything you saw in the browser from when the app is running, this is coming from this page. And if we remove everything here, because we want to have our friends read over here. So if we add, you see it's already recommending something, and that is from cursor tab. You see, and the cursor tab settings are down over here. It is active by default. It can do prediction. So if I go over here, it automatically suggests something, and you see it like it has some suggestion. If I make the one a bit lower, it's like just because it has an indexing of my project. So if I come here and we go to here, there is privacy mode, it's enabled, and it automatically indexes the code base. So it knows that the name of my project is FriendsRead, and because of that, when I'm over here, it knows that I'm in the page.tsx, which is the core landing page, the first page of any application, and it automatically suggests for me. And everything is based on Tailwind CSS, which is another super popular library for styling. And now if we look at our browser, we see a very limitedly styled landing page. So let's really work on this and try to make this better. So how we can do that? So this web page is not the best we want. So I'm also using a lot of AI for even landing page copy. They are the best, and you can specify what you want to optimize. So we're gonna do that, and let's come to cursor, and we will use the chat again. We will start a new chat, which is, if you want a shortcut, is Command L, and start from here. Now we can include the file and say I'm building friends borrowing book from together marketplace. Say marketplace. Give me a high quality landing page copy. Let's go with the copy. Otherwise, I can also ask for a code, and then I don't need to show you anything more, but I want to show you small things as we are working with it. So let's just focus on the copy that optimizes for conversion and lists the pain points. And I will use some of my product management words like list the pain points, the main USP, jobs to be done, and motivates users to download and share the books, plus browse the list to borrow new books. Okay, I will use this as the context. You can always come over here, and here there is an option for in the chat, for example, default no context. Then it will never ask it. And if I enable that, there is no context unless I press this one. So I will press this, and you can also use with at. If I write app.page tsx, this becomes in the context. So let's go with this one and see what copy it will give us. So I usually use my own API key to no need to wait because I already finished the 500 fast requests on the Pro plan. So even though I said copy, but it automatically gave me, because I included code, it automatically gave me the code for it as well. So let's start this one. So what I can do, I can press copy here and like remove all this and import it here. So that's one way that totally works. Or there is something called this composer, which automatically applies. So this one is a complete one, so it will work. But sometimes you will get comments that same as before, then the rest will be different, etc., etc. Then its copy pasting becomes very hard. So instead of that, we can just use the composer. So let's get there and press composer, opening composer, and it automatically applies whatever was here to here. And you can see, so we're gonna just accept it. And since we have the development server running still, and that's the nice thing with Next.js, see it automatically, you can see it in real time, what it looks like. Well, it looks like okay. I wouldn't, I don't think that you are looking for a landing page like this. So let's really make it like top notch and high quality. So what we can do here, so now that we have some tasted our cursor powers, so it's still cool, like without any coding, basically. I literally didn't write any code. We have a page that works. Like if you have any idea and you just want to get it out there, let's just start with it. Like I wrote literally nothing in code, but more on prompt. And there is this one. So let's make it much better. And to make it much better, I will use, we will again go back to cursor, say, okay, then let's ask some follow-up question. We can use command Y. For that, we're gonna say, if we want to actually generate this in V0. So let's go to V0. So it's v0.dev. And when we come here, they even added a new chat-like experience. So give me the landing page for a book sharing marketplace between friends called Friends Read. And then we paste everything over here and let's go. Let's see. So V0 is thinking and let it does, and we can just be amazed by that. So if we look at the code, you can see it already imports some stuff from the Shadcn component. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go and add the Shadcn for card that it was using. So when we import the code, we have it. So if we come over here, just here, paste it and run it. Done. Add it over here, card. That's awesome. Now we're gonna go back and go back here. So this is the code. Not so useful, but you can preview it over here. And we got something. It's somehow better than the current app that we have. So let's start from there. It's always a improvement in software development. So it's better to start with something and get there. So for this one, I just copied and I think this will work for most of it. So if we go back to cursor, we can I uh, ask cursor to do apply this file instead of we copy pasting everything. So it will apply it with some of the changes that's already there. So let's ask, for example, apply this code, or actually better than chat, we need to use the composer. So we press command I, this comes in, we can press command N to get a new one, say apply these changes to the page. Come down, we paste the code, and we use Claude. We apply it. Come down, we wait for it. So it would first generate it with the home before it was called component, but now it regenerated the code basically with the new topic and it added it over here. So everything is done. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You see what it adds and what it removes. So it removed everything and we just accept it. You see we don't have this library. So we come over here, run npm install react, which is the icon library. Installed, now everything is good. We go back over here and let's see how is our website. Looks good, right? I mean, how long did it take? Like it's less than 10 minutes and I've been explaining. If you have done this once and if you want to redo it again, you can do this in like 4 or 5 minutes and you have a landing page. So so we can do a lot of improvements over here. Like there's a ton of improvements that we can do, right? Let's just get this up and running on the cloud. And that's already be beneficial for a lot of you. A lot of many people that have some ideas and they just want to have an MVP or something out there. So let's just do that. So we go back to cursor and we update some of the layers. So if you noticed in here, when the name of the app is create next step, let's update that and mention, it's not create next app, it's called friends. And if you already see the cursor tab in place, so press tab and it automatically updates it. Now if we go back in over here, thanks to Next.js hot reload, we already have this updated. We can also update the logo, but I will keep it for now just like it is. We go to GitHub and create a repository. I will just create a repository and call it friends read. This can be anything else as well. I would create it publicly, so you can, if you want to get the code, you can get it. And we create the repository. That's it. So push an existing repository from the command line. So we're gonna do this one because we already have the code. Cursor over here, and here we're gonna git remove add origin. So you see the full thing. So git has been added. If we go back to here, the next thing we need to do git branch main, which is we are already on the main branch, so no need to do that. And the one after we need to do git push u origin main. So let's just do that. Git push u origin main. Cool. Now if we go back here and reload, our landing page is up over here. And now this is the time to go and check Vercel. So if we go to vercel.com, we say add new project. I already integrated it with my GitHub. So you see my GitHub is over here. I just import it, friends read, it's Next.js. Everything stays the same. I just press deploy and look at this. Now in few seconds, our app will be live, our landing page, which, I mean, it's crazy. In less than 20, 30 minutes, we went from just the idea. I didn't even know the name for the project. I literally haven't prepared anything. I said, okay, I'm gonna just do one of my ideas. And now we are having the landing page for it ready. So let's take it from here, and I will walk you through in other steps to actually build the app itself as well. So if we look at what's coming, if you follow me, is there is more in depth of what is Cursor, from everything from signing up, installation, how to set up the project, going over different sides of the window, more examples of the composer, more command K commands, and yeah, making you a super ninja on Cursor. So I think this is a really cool opportunity for everyone to be able to create everything that they want. I think by now the deployment has finished as well. So we come over here, continue to dashboard, and let's go over here. Okay, so you see this is our previous um, design. So what is wrong? And I will come to cursor. What we didn't do is we didn't push the code. So you always need to push the code that you are doing. So we have changed all this compared to when we installed it. So you can say initial copy for the landing page. This is partly wanted to show it, partly I forgot, is so every change that we do, we have to commit it, and now we sync it. And now we will see another benefit of using Vercel, because now if we check over here, deployments, automatically when you push something to the branch, it knows that it needs to update it. It rebuilds the project, it takes 36 seconds. And now we will have the new copy over there. So with this one, if we just make incremental changes, we can ship to the UI pretty fast. So, and then you see an error. So this is actually really good that it happened. So what we can do is like come back to cursor. I know the answer for this, but I don't want to tell it to you. So what we come here, we come over to the file that we were working on. And I know the issue is because of this one. It's not allowed. So you see cursor by itself automatically suggests the solution for it. And we need to write it like this and skip the characters. So I can do like this, or I can also use Composer to do it for everything. So now if I check it, everything looks good. We come back again over here, fix post errors, commit, sync changes, and now go back to Vercel as well. And one thing it's really nice to know is that software development, like bugs and errors, is very common. And what has been changed is, if before was through Stack Overflow and lots of Googling, you are now having a super smart buddy friend beside you that is one chat away, and you just need to specify very clearly what are you working with and what you need help with. So if you can just say, I'm working with an Next.js app router 14, I got this error on Vercel, you will get a very clear answer. You can actually try that just for proving the point. We start a new one. It says, got this error when deploying Next.js app to Vercel. Help me. You can also say what is wrong, you'd like make it a little bit better. We again use no context. If you use context, it will already fix it. So you get the how to help with it like quite easily. And it's a very learning course. So maybe I knew 1 and 2, but I didn't know the third one, like use double quotes. You get like examples and everything. So it's pretty dope actually. So our deployment has been successful. Now, if I visit it, voila, FriendsRead is on the internet. So on friendsread.vercel app, you can see it. We can actually find a better URL for it here. friendsread.vercel app. And yeah, like if you have any idea, this weekend spend like now 30 minutes to watch this video and another 5 minutes to build what you have in mind. And then you are good to go. Like nothing stops you right now. Let me know if you liked it. I will share the links that I've used in this video. And let me know if you have any more comments or questions. If you want to learn more about technical concepts, check HackerPM. I will post this video and further lessons on HackerPM. So check this out and let me know what you think. Hope this was helpful for you. Have a great rest of Sunday and week ahead. Bye bye.